Good evening, service crew. Fighting pilot extraordinaire, Ace Windfall. Ready for takeoff. I don't know who's here, but I need to talk about this before I forget. Happy Monday, happy VFGC Open Lobby Monday. We're gonna be playing multiplayer type Lumina. Great, I have a fire inside me. I want to be Coma. I like Coma, etc., etc. For some reason, for the last 15 minutes, right before stream started, Garuga Mesh popped in my head. The classic SoccerCon 2009 commercial. Garuga Mesh popped in my head. Garuga Mesh and gaming popped in my head. And so I went to YouTube and I watched that for about 5 to 10 minutes straight on repeat. And I don't know why, but it just tickles me so, just looking at that iconic piece of internet like history. Just the everything about it. Just everything about it. Just like, it starts off pretty normal. It's like, yeah, you're at a sushi restaurant, you're just like, I love sushi. But then like it immediately like throws me off because it's like, I like sushi. I love Japan, period. Like, that's the very next thing you say. Like, I feel like in a commercial, like that's your end point, right? Like, you can't go higher than Japan, period, when you're talking about like SoccerCon or like something like that, right? So why do you like just go from sushi right to that and then you go down to the more specific again? I guess maybe it gets the idea of Japan in your head and everything else is falling from there, but it's just like it like fucks me up. And then like it's just like everyone at the bar is like, I love sushi. I love Japan, period. Oh, the tea ceremonies, J-Rock, Garuga Mesh. I love anime and manga and gaming, which it sounds like guy bang. The way he says it is just so like disjointed and like stilted. It every time I hear it, for the longest time, I thought it was just saying guy bang, and it doesn't make sense. I thought maybe that was like a band, because Garuga Mesh is a band, and also someone says Smile DK at the end of it, which is also another band, which I didn't know what she was saying for the longest time. I had to look that up today. I was like, what is she saying? Because it started to like drive me mad. I was like, what could she possibly be saying here? It's Smile DK. That's a band name. But just like the idea, the last two people to talk aren't even at like the bar. They're just like at a table near the bar, and they're like piping in, they're like chiming into this conversation. It doesn't, it's psychopathic. It's mad. It's a beautiful, it's so like, it's Lynchian in like the way that everything about that commercial is designed. And the way, I don't know. I'm not gonna, the way that the sushi chef says like, SoccerCon ikimasu is so like, it's so weird. It's so weird how he says it. Oh my god, it's so great. But I watched that for like 5-10 minutes straight. I don't know why. It just tickled me. It came to my head, I watched it, and it just tickled me. And then I started thinking about another piece of beautiful commercial-related content. I don't know if anyone knows about this. This might be a little bit more of a hidden gem. SoccerCon has like millions of views. This only has like 89,000 views. Some people might not know about this. If you have not heard about this, I definitely recommend checking it out if you're ever really bored and just want to deep dive on something. It's the Garden Cast, excuse me. It's the Garden Cast. It's a podcast from about 7-ish years ago, where 3 guys just load up one Olive Garden commercial and just put that on repeat 60-ish times and just analyze it. Because I was thinking about, because that's essentially what I was doing to the SoccerCon commercial. I just kept watching and just like thinking about it, and it made me think about the Garden Cast, and I started to go, the other half of my pre-stream time just now was just me listening to the Garden Cast and just watching / listening to it, and them just like, oh, I love our family tradition. What's that? You know, the ones where we pass our plates to the left? I don't remember that tradition. When did that start? When you ordered that. It's so... I love that. I think that's beautiful. I think that's so incredibly beautiful. Just the idea that, like, just a 30-second video that's meant just for, like blase, I don't know if that's the right word. It's just like consumption, just to like sell you a product. And the three guys sat down for like half an hour and watched it 60 times and just deconstructed it. just like bullshitting at the, just like it's pure like improv, or I don't even know. Just like, I love that. That's peak content. I want to do something like that at some point. Just like react content, I think is fine. I have no like strong feelings one way or the other. But react content where you react to the exact same thing 60 plus times, that's art. That's art, and I want to make fucking art sometime. But we're not making art today. You know what we're making? We're making fighting game, hashtag VFGC Open Lobby Monday fighting game content. I don't know if that's the right word. Oh my god. That's all I could think about. I don't know why it popped in my head. I was just thinking about Garugamesh, and it just deep dived in. How do I training mode RT? There we go. While we wait, see if people hop on in here. Let's get our feet wet. Slap on my iconic color scheme. Powered seal. I think I've been playing this game a little bit more recently. I think I've been playing this more recently than I've been playing Exerd. Because, again, there's just like a fire within me. And it's just like, I don't know. And I have like strong, I'm developing feelings about like matchups and such, which is, I don't normally. I'm very just like, get in, get out. I don't know. So it feels weird to have like strong opinions on a fighting game right now. What's up, Silverina? Howdy! Welcome, welcome. You may or may not have just missed me going on a 5-minute tangent rave on the SoccerCon 2009 commercial. If you could pick any commercial, this is an open question to the chat while I mindlessly do this while waiting for people. If you could pick any piece of content to watch 60-ish times in a row and just talk about it, what would it be? Keep in mind you need to do this all in one sitting, so watch it. So a movie out the door. We're talking like YouTube-esque content. We're talking about like a commercial. I think there's one beautiful one. Like you had to watch something. Cause I was specifically doing this. It was in reference to. Do you know the SoccerCon 2009 commercial? That's the famous one with Garugamesh and gaming, like that one. I watched that 15 to 20 times just before stream just now, and I'm just thinking like, you could make art out of just watching that so many times and just diving deeper and deeper and deeper. And I think it's so beautiful. Something like that. Opponent left? What? Not re-listen? It could be reading, but it would need to be something that you could read out loud. See, the idea with it was specifically that it's like, you know how React content has something on screen and you're reacting to it? But it would be something short enough that you can just keep looping it over and over and over and just like diving deeper and deeper and deeper and getting more incoherent. I'm stealing this. This is not something that I made up, by the way. This is, I was reminded earlier today, like before stream just now, of Garden Cast, which is a YouTube video, which I guess is also I think there are more than one episode, of 3 guys that just put on an Olive Garden commercial, watched it 60 times in a row, and just recorded them just watching the same commercial 60 times in a row, and just doing a crazy deep dive. So that's why, like, I feel like it'd have to be something you watch, because I don't think you can read something and then also react to it 30, 60, 100 times, but... Because how would you do that? How would you, like... I feel like that's a different type of torture, reading the same thing. so many times, and then also having to like think and make new like. No one's in here, right? That one guy left, right? Okay. The eventual Shrek 5 trailer? You think they're gonna make a Shrek 5? How Jackson was gonna do a frame-by-frame analysis for like 4 hours? Is this a thing like he promised he would do? Like if Shrek 5 ever gets announced, he would do a frame-by-frame analysis? See, that's what I'm talking about. Just taking something like bland, something completely mundane, something that is not intended for any artistic merit, and just doing a deep dive on that. Just like, cause like Sakura-Con, that's just like a 30-second advertisement just saying like, hey, come to our convention. Or like the Olive Garden one, it's like 30-second advertisement, here's what we sell, here's our food, right? It would need to be something, it has to be like a weird commercial product, I feel. Because then you can really get into like the just absolute like BS of it or something, I don't know. It's in the works? What? How long has it been? I saw Shrek Forever After in the theaters, I think. Or Shrek 2, or Shrek 3. Or all of them. I don't think I saw Shrek 1 in theaters, actually, no. I definitely saw the one where they went over the ocean? I think that's Shrek 3. How long has it been, though? It's been like 20 years. So what even? It was called Shrek Forever After. Why is there gonna be a Shrek 5? Hold on, let me. Okay, got it. Good, I can do that. What's the ideal Shrek movie? Puss in Boots 2. I need to see Puss in Boots 2. I hear that's really good. 2010, so it's been 13 years. Do we hold on. Is there any information on Shrek 5 at all, or is it just we're making Shrek 5? Because there are kids, there are Shrek kids. I distinctly remember Shrek and Fiona having like 3 children, which I think are in 4. And it's been 13 years. This is perfect. Like the kids are grown up. This is my thesis. This is my treatment for Shrek 5. The kids are grown up. The kids are like 13 years, right? They might have been like 2 when we saw them. They're like teenage. They're teenagers, right? So you got a group of teenage Shreks. That's perfect. You can make like a Teen Angst movie. Teen Angst isn't even like in right now, I don't think. But I think that's what makes it like, that's what makes it beautiful. Just 3 Shreks talking about Teen Angst or something. I don't know. We got our games. We got our games. The lobby is active. What's up, Seg? A Billy May. There we go. That's what we pay the big bucks for, Seg. We get like a Billy Mays infomercial. We watch that 45 times. We're gonna really learn about the what did Billy Mays sell? Oh, Flex. No, I feel like Flex Seal had its moment in the sun. We gotta go for something new. We gotta go for the classics. I have a. Oh man, that's really messed up. Like how far that reaches. I like the Billy Mays. We gotta honor Billy Mays' memory. Done. Ooh. Nice. Maybe Flex. I need to do my research on Flex Seal. I don't know. I'm a Billy Mays head, right? Like I grew up with Billy Mays. I know more about him than I do Flex Seal guy. There we go. Got the hit. I'm a Mazer, yeah. Like you know how Hogwarts has the houses? There's the Mazers, there's the what's the Flex Seal guy called? I feel like I should know his name. There's Captain Flex. Then there's Vince. You're gonna love my nuts, Vince. Like, what's the fourth one? There's Billy Mays. There's Vince with the Sham Wow / the Slap Chop. God, why do I know that? Why do I remember that? That's that's fucked up. There's a Flex Seal guy, and there's probably a fourth one. We gotta complete the trifecta. He's in there somewhere. He exists somewhere. Pressure, I'm gonna exploit it. Oh, fuck. Ooh, shit. Dun. Noelle's combos have always felt really, like, weird to me. Because it feels like the combo's over, and then she just keeps going. It's the pullback during the combo that really just, like, fucks with me. Nice. Overhead. Dun. I'm out of moon. I can, if I get this. Okay. Oh. Nice. TF2 SF Timbits you watch 45 times in a row. Ooh. Yeah, honestly, when I was thinking about it, outside of commercial product, there was like a specific, that's really fucked up that reaches and that can punish, first and foremost. Unrelated to the content of the discussion, but like, I was specifically thinking, it's not a commercial in and of itself, but it's a specific, like, I don't want to say YouTube poop, because I feel like it enhances the source material much further than any YouTube poop would. I highly recommend, if I at some point, like if someone comes into this lobby and steals my position at some point, I will look it up. It's a YouTube video, it's called The Book, which is based on a Honda. Oh, I fucked up. The end one with frames. I was hoping to time it where I would be able to like knock it away, like before or after the end one frames actually went off, and like my end one frames would go over. But that's a terrifying face. But it's like a car commercial, which I think it was probably a Super Bowl car commercial because it looked kind of nice too. But it was all about like this guy giving giving like someone coffee at like 6 in the morning. And then, spoilers, the guy that was getting the coffee was like the CEO of the business, and the guy like receiving it was like this or whatever. It's like a really weird commercial, but they kept repeating like phrases in this edit that just made it so like, I don't know. It becomes like the way it's like set up. I can't describe it. It's just like cyclical. The way that they're talking becomes cyclical. Like, where did you hear this? I heard it in the book. What book? The book that you wrote? Yes, the book that I wrote. Oh yeah, I have that book. The book that you wrote? Yeah, the book that I wrote. It's like I don't know how you would describe it, but just like inane and just like it almost makes sense, but you know in your heart of hearts that it's just absolute gibberish. Ooh, good match. I'm gonna do it. Oh shit. That was safe. I'm fine. Ah! Just do it again. Done. Yeah, I had a feeling you were gonna do it again. Whoa! Ooh, my 2C was too slow. That's not a lot of recovery down. Jackstrom's Shrek 5 trailer thing is because every Christmas, for the last 6 years, he continued, but we're in the middle of his copyright-free music, a new version of Where is the Shrek 5 trailer song? Tony Zarrett Who is Tony Zarrett? Is this a name that I don't know, but I know there's content for some reason or another? That's... Can I pick up here? No. Wow. Nice. Project Zomboid for ages. There's so many zombies in people. Wait, do you have the thing where you play where zombies are like dead, right? And you're still just clearing out zombies? Ooh. Oh, I thought they were gonna do 3 times. DP the DP. Nah! Can this go through? Oh! I've probably seen a Tony Zarrett poster too. Obviously, okay. Is it like just a Twitter thing, or is there, does he do like YouTube videos or anything like that? Like, is Tony Zarrett kind of like, Ken M? Because when you say like, when you say stuff like that, it makes me think about like Ken M content. Tech chasing. There we go. Yeah, that's the 2 things I want to practice. Let me throw this out here now so I can be held accountable for this. The 2 things I want to practice today are anything and everything involving the moon gauge. That's why the stream is called Moon Skills in Neutral, because that's part of it. And like doing like the shield system, I wanna think about that. And the other thing is I wanna just, whenever I get a knockdown, 2-2C and do nothing. Because if I do nothing, that beats like right there, that very last interaction that we had that won me the round there, where I just did nothing in 2-2C because I didn't need to do anything, right? So that's the other thing, is I want to practice my Oki situation where I just do nothing. A la Seinfeld. Just, you know, it's a show about nothing, it's an Oki situation where I do nothing. And I just win because I have armor, and you make your one move and then I can react accordingly. The largest police station, because you're literally running out of ammo. How big is the largest police station? Like, what does the content look like compared to, like, your, not Moldrug, what's the one with the one with the fire station? Fire station now. Can that cross up? No, can't. Ah. I have one. No, I have two. I have 1 to 2 more interactions. Ah! Yeah, I have 1 more interaction. Okay. Got it. I probably didn't need to burn my meter there. Because, yeah, they were pretty low, actually. I didn't expect that to outright kill. Didn't have meter. Good DP. Done, done. Done. Use the moon skill one, but that's not invul enough. No, that's not. No, 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 no. I wanted to run up EX grab, which they could have jumped out of, but still. No. That was good. At the very last interaction we had, I moon skilled, and a lot of people when they moon skill, counter moon skill is common. And I was expecting them to just like shield or something because they were at the advantageous position. So I was gonna run up and grab their shield with 4BC. How do I? Oh, are they stuck? There we go. There we go. What's up, Static? Oh no, they left. Kind of similar, yeah. Okay, so it's Tony Zaret. Okay. Let me actually copy this and put it in my note file so I can look this up and I don't forget this. Is my note file? Yes, it is. So I can look up Tony Zaret later. Once ironically supported a movie so hard he was sent a promotional gift box and invited to its premiere. The Emoji Movie. Oh shit! I mean, honestly, like, that's a no, like, lose situation for the Emoji Movie, right? Like, ironic support or not, like, what's the phrase is no news is bad, like, no publicity is bad publicity, right? Done. I don't get the cross under there. Ah! Good shield. Done. Okay, that trades. Oh no! Am I dead? Yes. She looks fun. She has similar moves to what's her name. She's a good character. Honestly, I was talking about it earlier. I feel like this is one of Koma's worst matchups. I'm not like super deep dive into Melty Blood stuff, so I can't like say this with like any degree of certainty, but this feels like a really annoying character to play against. IMO, just because like her range is so like well and away outside of Koma's range, and it's very. I love the fighting game, and when I say love, I mean like say what you will about it, but like the fighting game like idea of oh just make it with bro, and the normal is like half the screen. That's her, but like unironically. The girl with the javelin gun. This is Howard Seal is in the other Melty, but I assume that you're talking about because if you're not talking about roast beef, rice beef, there is, because this is another character in the other Melty, so this might be the one you're thinking about, with like rocks. Yeah, so then this one is. Because she also has like the big gun in the other Melty. I think it's a different one. I think she takes it out in one of her arc drives. No. Also, the fact that she basically has like a guess high or low situation. Shout out to Lion's Choice. Which one's is that roast beef's rice beef? Are you diluting like Lion's Choice all the way to rice beef? That should kill. This is Powered Seal. Look in the top left. So yeah, this is the same character. That's why it looks familiar. What's up, Daya? Howdy. You were looking at Sarugi. That's the player's name. You winning? I think I just won, right? I wasn't paying attention. I was thinking about. I have a question for both Daya and Static, because I have answers from oh shit, from Sega and Slippery a little bit. If you had to watch one piece of content 60 or so times and just make and I just analyze content repeatedly, the same piece of content, like 60 plus times, what would it be? This came from me watching the Sakura-Con 2009, the famous Garugamesh commercial. I watched that before stream. I watched that for about 5 minutes straight, give or take. And I was thinking, like, it reminded me of the Garden Cast, which was a podcast where they watched Olive Garden commercials for... Ah! Oh, I think I'm out of shield, that's why I couldn't do it. Dead Space Lullaby Trail? Ooh. That's a decent answer. That's more serious than my Sakura-Con 2009 one. I kind of like that. But you have to watch it like 60... You have to watch it like at least a half an hour at a time. Non-stop, and you have to think of like new content the entire time. But I think you probably could do it with like something like actually thoughtful. Uh-oh, I'm dead. What do you mean I can't keep going every way? What is this? How specific? Like it's a show, just one episode of the whole show. I'm talking... The idea, Daya, was like a 30-second commercial, because both Sakura-Con commercial and see, it's bullshit. It can be a high or a low. I think. I don't know if that's the same button or not. Not that I can tell, because like they all just look so similar. Like this feels like, at the very least as a player, this feels like my worst matchup, because she can just stay at like anti-coma range, and she can just say, guess. And she doesn't really get much off it, but she can just keep staying at that range and keep saying guess. But Daya, the impetus for this was like a 30-second commercial, like so that's the original idea, but you could do like an episode or something like that as well. A fail video, ooh, that could be interesting. Like watching the same like handful of fails over and over, and like you'd have to like be like. Because you could really get into, like, why they failed, or why, like, X is funny, like, man, they really just, like, oh, fuck, I'm dead. Like, you could go frame by frame and, like, analyze, like, oh, you see the fail here is that, what's a good fail that I can think of off the top of my head? Oh my god. Like, what's a fail? I don't even know what a fail is anymore. I don't think that punishes. No. Hey, there we go. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. I got greedy. Dun dun dun. I think this kills. Yeah, I think I got it. This one ram might kind of stay mid-range. Well, yeah, this is definitely a character for you then, because this. Oh! Got the headshot on that. I mean, I don't feel like I'm winning. This is definitely like a. I think you would like this character if you ever looked at this game then, Static. Yeah. Because see, I'm pretty sure that's a low that if you hold it, it becomes a high. It feels like, or no, it becomes like a. I think it becomes a mid unblockable, kind of like Coma stuff does. I think I can do this. No. Nice. And see how it can be prevented. Yeah, exactly, Daya. Going on like the watching a fails video 60 plus times. It's just like you can analyze. You can really just analyze the situation a lot. Yeah. Oh, that's fucked up. Where are my clash frames, Kamone? Is this drop kick? You mean dive kick? I love it. Koma's dive kick isn't the greatest dive kick in the world, but it is very fun. Can you do that one video with the Pepsi and the jazz music? The one. Wait, hold on. I just saw Seg's comment about that. Seg, do you mean there are two different videos that come to mind, but neither of them are what I think you're talking about. And so I'm really interested in what video you're talking about. Because the very first video that came to my mind was, there's a video... I don't even know if it's a popular video, but just like a video that I know of, where it's a dude eating, it's a dude eating like pizza. Hey, make a way. It's a dude eating pizza, but they reversed the footage, and it has oh, what is it? They reversed the footage, so instead of eating the pizza, he's like uneating the pizza, and it has music on top of it. Like the "Love Me, Move Me." Da, 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 da. I can't think of the name of the song, but like it's a song that everyone knows. Yeah, reforming the pizza almost, which is not Pepsi related, but for some reason like pizza and Pepsi go in my head because they're both P-I-S. I don't know. Oh, I wish I could have disrespect that. That's the one that pops in my head. The other one that pops in my head whenever I think about what you just said is the Dr. Pepper one, the Japanese Dr. Pepper commercial with like the I don't know what city pop music on it, but that's Dr. Pepper. That's not Pepsi's. You got kicked out. Okay, let me look at this attachment. Let me look at this MP4. Let me look at this virus. I don't know if this will load on my thing. I think I have to open this up in... Perfect, thank you. Oh, yo, Booty Goon's back. Booty Goon Tactician. I know that name. Okay, let me look at this. No! Hold on. Hold on, Booty Goon. I'm looking at a Pepsi video. What is this? How could you? Seg, that's like staring into the void. If you were to if someone told you to watch that 60 times and analyze it, what could you do? What could you like reasonably do? After the first like two things, like it's Pepsi, you just you handle it. I like your confidence there. I handle it. Leave the Pepsi to me. The exact. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, just like start getting into the real like technical aspects of it. Like, oh, they chose a dissolve there. That's a really interesting choice there, right? I pick this up. Yes. No. There we go. Okay. Whew. Drop combo. Wayne, he does parry smart. If I were a weaker man, if I was doing this last week, if I was doing this 2 weeks ago, I would have bit on that parry so hard and I would have died. And your burger ends. Were you eating a burger? Oh, I had a burger today. Do you do homemade? I should have done homemade. I was really debating it because they have the We finally have the girls back out at the hangar. But I was like, I'd have to like go to the store and actually like buy materials, and also my air fryer's dirty. I've been doing a lot of my air fryer's dirty because I finally found. I think I've talked about this a little bit before. Mozzarella sticks. Everyone loves mozzarella sticks. I was gonna say, who likes mozzarella sticks? Everyone loves mozzarella sticks. That's not a question, right? I like ska. I like mozzarella sticks. I am a 10-year-old at heart, right? It's just nature. And so I finally found, because I've talked about before, like, never get TGI Friday mozzarella sticks, because that was the only one at like the store near me for the longest time for some reason. Which, don't know why those are even a thing. They're not even like normal mozzarella stick shape. They're like weird. They're like I know it's weird to say a mozzarella stick shape is unnatural, given that mozzarella sticks themselves are unnatural products. But like, you know what I mean? They're like blocks. They look like just blocks. I don't get it. They look like a fillet or a fillet. I don't know what the difference is. But like, I found good mozzarella sticks, and so I've been eating those. So my air fryer was dirty, and so I was like, well, if I make a burger, I kind of want fries, and I can't really make fries. My air fryer is dirty, and I don't really feel like cleaning it right now. I'm gonna run it tomorrow, but like right now, I don't. I have to run it, and then it takes like 4 hours or something. I don't know how long it takes to dishwasher. Or I could do it by hand, but like, who does it by hand? That's a waste of water. Doing just one pot by hand. Right? Woo! Good throw. Ah, the trade. I forgot about that. I forgot he could do that, honestly. Because I remember last time I was fighting Booty Goon, last time we did this. Like, yeah, the idea of just can force trades on Oki, which they can typically pick up, I think, too. I don't know if it was just unfamiliarity or if it was just weird timing or what. But a lot of the time, like, yeah, that, like, it can just force trades. I don't know why I did default there. You better kill me, because I'm gonna do something stupid to do again. Oh! Oh! Worked. Yeah. Goomba Stomp. Forgot about Goomba Stomp. Weird, like, directly on top of me. Make your dog's chicken freeze the rest. That's nice. You do meal prep for your dog. Cool. Sounds like you were doing a John Buckle, Arbuckle JoJo monologue, but with your mix? Oh, like, wait, excuse me, what? I wake up every day at 8, turn on jazz, throw a couple mozzarella sticks in the air fryer. The fucking, the Kira from JoJo, like, I have a nice warm glass of milk before bed. Turn on my ska. Oh, yeah, where I was like, I like ska, I like mozzarella sticks, I'm internally 10 years old. Yeah, okay. Look, it's amazing that I can, like, play this game, hold a conversation, as well as I can. So having to deconstruct chat messages after the fact is also a fun part of the challenge. Keep out. Done. And grab. There we go. No! Am I just bad at doing this? Or am I doing the wrong, follow-ups? Yeah, when I'm in those situations, he likes to do, backdash, which is smart, right? But if I just, like, delay my stuff... No! Can I? Yeah, I got it. My entire, as soon as I saw how much health he had and how much meter I had, I was just like, I'm just gonna rip it out as soon as I can. The maid. This is actually a nun. His entire gimmick, which I found out, by the way, his like more of his story. I was just like, oh, he's like a, you know, weird church person. And he uses like nuns as puppets. Not only is he a weird church, he's not any weird church person. He's the Pope's son, apparently, in Melty lore. He's the Pope's son, and more importantly, he's a gamer. Like, the way that he like talks and everything is just very... Gotcha. Gotcha. Ah, fuck. Oh, jump that, jump that, jump that. Why didn't you jump it? Sometimes you just win. The Pope's son and a gamer. I can't believe it. Like, that actually blindsided me when someone was talking about that. They're like, oh yeah, Mario, he's the Pope's son. I was like, what? And I like looked at them like they were joking, right? Because it's like, oh, it's a church boy. Yeah, it's the Pope's son. But it's like, no, that's the lore. So it's like, oh. And all those are real, like, nuns that he controls with his, like, marionette-esque strings on his fingers. Dun, dun. No! I don't know, I've been doing a thing where I accidentally do the B command grab sometimes at the end of combos. I think it's because... Ooh, there you go, nice anti-air. Because one part of my combo structure I've learned is that using the A and the B recas in the combo makes you do a little bit more damage when you do them in like opposite orders. And so I think for the same reason, like I want to do different. Ooh, shield that, nice. So my brain is like, oh, I did the A reca, I need to do the B command grab, which is not how that works at all. So I got some brain wires to uncross at some point still. There you go. I learned, one of the greatest things I learned is that you can do that as if it hits or if it doesn't hit. It's just a really good like tick throw setup. I didn't do the thing I was supposed to be doing. Ooh, good anti-air. What's up, Joe? Yes, I'm still alive. I got 3, maybe even 4 more interactions to go. Yeah, there's 1. Oh! There's 2. There's 3. And here's 4. No! Oh, shit. He didn't attack. Like I said, 4 interactions. That is. He's gooning up. What does this mean? You're talking about me. I thought you were talking about Mario. I was really confused. I was like, what, like, how, like, do the nuns get involved in this? I don't get it, but okay, you're talking about me with all those interactions. His name is Booty Goon Tactics. I forgot about that. Joe, if you could watch... This is a question I've posed to everyone tonight, and will continue to pose as long as I can remember it. Because I think it's funny. If you could watch one... Let's say... anything shorter than a minute. Video. Approximately 60 times. And do like an analysis on it, what would it be? I asked this question because I watched the Sakura-Con Garugamesh famous internet video before stream, and I watched it probably 5-ish times. No, not 5, like 10 to 15-ish times, and I was a giddy little boy just laughing every time with it. Oh, if he shielded, he would have gone. And then because of that, it reminded me of a podcast/video called Garden Cast, where 3 guys watch an Olive Garden commercial 60 times for like 30 minutes then, and they're just talking about like they're dissecting this Olive Garden commercial like bit by bit. If you had something under a minute that you had to watch just end on end and just keep like making observations on, what would it be? My initial was the book. That's not a minute long, but like anything short technically. I'm trying to think. I might change that though. Seg made me think about a video where a man regurgitates a pizza. And honestly, I feel like that one, with the music choices and everything, I feel like that could be interesting to dissect. There's probably there's a whole. You could do me at the zoo, right? Famous first YouTube video ever released, me at the zoo. That's a good one. It's not a video. A radio long car. As long as you can listen to it, I think it's fine. So if we're going to talk about reading, which I don't think you could do reading as well. Reading might be a bit more difficult, just the way that the content like works out right. I think a car commercial would work. What's your car commercial? What is your car commercial about? How could you analyze this? Sell it to me. Ooh, nice. I've been wanting to do that a little bit more, is in my block strings when I'm in Moon, just rip out the Moon drive, because sometimes people don't pay attention, they might get hit by the overhead. That's fucked up. Okay. Done. Like, Me at the Zoo is a classic YouTube video. That's the very first video on YouTube. It's less than 30 seconds long. You could just, like, start talking about... Oh, shit! Just start talking about, like... You could talk... That is kind of disgusting. Hitbox. No, I backdashed specifically to like avoid that. No. Dead man. Ace Windfall, you're a dead man. Can't start commercials with dox you. Ah, gotcha. Get something new out of it. Ooh, that's good. It reminds me of, there's a commercial that it's I don't know this because it's like around me. There's a video of it, which I don't know if it's real or not. But it's like just a really inane commercial that's on the radio. Oh, God, I wish I could describe this one. This was, sorry that I go off on like I can't describe this. Like it feels like the most like cock block. I don't know. It's just like there's a great commercial. I can't describe it. You gotta go watch the YouTube video. Good. Using BC as a shield option is something I need to be doing more personally. That's part of the beast using the moon skills and neutral thing that I was talking about. Nice. If he cashes out, I'm dead. Oh, nice. Okay, I'm dead. He went for shield. Reading poetry over and over would allow you to get new meaning out of a dictionary. Maybe I was too harsh then. Yeah, maybe you could do reading. Ah, there you go. Yeah, he's starting to anti-air that more. Which is good. It makes me lose a bit of my arsenal. I'm out of there. Oh, he actually just ran him through. Am I dead? Yeah, I'm dead. Never give up, never give up. Never give up, never give up! Ah, I gave up. Time to say goodnight, kid. Doesn't make sense. He's talking to himself? Talking to me? You talking to me? Mario. Damn, Booty Good's up 2-0 right now. Ooh. Dun, 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 dun. I wanted to see if I could backdash, but that was a good lockdown. Is he gonna go for... I should have done DP, but I don't know the setup that he can do that can, like, get him into the state where he can do, like, the DP safe. There it is. Okay. And this allows me to set up armor state. Oh no, I lost my thing. Okay, I get to do this. No! I felt so smart. Because I hit the nun, which allowed me to actually do a Moondrive cancel. Or I canceled it in relation to his Moondrive cancel, either way. Dun, dun. Dun, dun. Oh! Yeah, when he's right on top of me doing the Goomba Stomp Oki, I have to, like, burn, I don't think it's safe to heat. Nice. I don't think it's safe to heat, and it's probably not safe to Moondrive. Or Moondrive at least makes it a scramble situation. But when he's right on top of me, I can't really react to it with... Maybe I could do it with 2B. I did, like, check him with 2B at one point. Captain Boom Sauce Cat. Is that normal seal or Pirates? Wait, that's Mario! WTF2 Mario. Mario and his twin brother, Luigi Mario. You could do, oh! I feel like the entertainment value out of watching something 50, 60 times in a row is best off of, like, mundane content. But, like, imagine just, like... I was gonna say imagine doing that with, like, a fighting game, but that's just, like, what VOD review is, right? Just, like, watching the same... If someone were to, like, take this Mario v Mario match and just watch it 30, 50, 60, 100 times in a row... It's VOD review to the extreme, right? That could be interesting, actually. Because at some point, in watching a match of a fighting game that many times, it just becomes like... Ooh, that was good. Ran up even further to get the throw. I don't know, it's something that I think I'm going to be thinking about for a bit now. Just the idea of like what... I don't know, it was lightning in the bottle with the Soccer Con one, just because I couldn't look away. I just kept like turning it on and just like watching it, because it got more and more inane the more I watched it, and that's what you need. You need something that you can just like it can't just be something that's like, oh, this is funny, or like, oh, this is mundane. It's something that like actually can draw you in like a black hole almost, right? It's just like something where the gravitational pull is so dense that you cannot escape it, and you just have to keep looking at where the hell plane is going, right? I wonder how... I've only really played against Booty Goon. I think Booty Goon's the only real, like, Mario I've played a lot. I wonder what... Coma versus Mario is objectively. It doesn't feel like... Mario has, like, the same thing as Alco, where he doesn't have a true reversal. Outside of, I think he has to burn meter for it, and or he has to be in Moon Drive, and then he can do the parry, right? This is a matchup-heavy game. I don't know enough to say that with any, like, validity that it is or it isn't. I don't think you really counterpick in this game. Like this feels like where you maybe you can, but it's not like nothing too crazy. I think it's just interesting for me as a Soul player playing Coma now, where I think Soul in Plus R and Exerd, like his worst matchups are like maybe 6-4, where it's like you can always just like it's always on the Soul player to just play better, I would argue. Like there's no point when I'm playing it's like this is an unwinnable situation. Coma has a bit more of a spread both ways, because Coma just like wins some matchups, and then it feels like against like Howard CL. Howard CL is like the big one, I'd say, for me. I don't know if that's overall true. I think it is. Like Howard CL is one of his work is like cruddier matchups. Howard CL, Alco, which Alco feels fine. I was talking with a friend about this. Alco Coma feels like 5-5, but not even 5-5. It feels like a 7-3 both ways 5-5. Because whenever Coma gets a knockdown on Alco really only has like metered options to get out, and Coma can like bait those if he wants to. But meanwhile, if Alco gets the knockdown, she can just like set up orbs and just say, okay, I don't want to interact with you anymore. So I guess it's just Coma feels more polarizing than what I'm used to playing. Not like, nothing like super duper crazy polarizing, but just enough that I'm like, oh, is this what people like talk about when they talk about matchup spread? Because it's just like, I don't think I've ever really like thought about matchups before when I was like playing Exerd or anything like that. It's just like, oh, I just have to play better, was always my thought process. And I think it still generally is with Exert, is just like, I need to play this, I play against this character more, I just need to, like, be better. Because Soul, as just an all-around character, has tools for essentially every situation. And having RCs and having Burst allows you to be a lot more reckless and it's a lot more forgiving. And this game having neither of those, really, makes it a bit more punishing when you're in prettier spots. Like, it has shield, which is a really good defensive option, but, like, you still have to preempt with shield and then you get put in RPS. Whereas, like, with RCs and burst, it's just like, RCs are after the fact, like, oh, I whiffed a button, I'm gonna RC to make it safe. Unless it's a DP, but that's a different issue. Or, like, I'm getting comboed, I'm gonna burst, get out of this situation, right? So between Coma being more like stereotypical short-range grappler with like less powerful mid-range options, because Soul's like far slash is really good, his 2 is good, 5H, his 2D is very low profile-y, he's Grand Viper if he really wants to like YOLO. Like, he has options for a lot of ranges, and he can use RCs and he can use Burst to, like, you know, really, really roll the dice. But in this game, as Coma, you have to play a bit more heart on your sleeve, almost? I don't know. Until you played something that overdid it with the shield. I was gonna say, yeah. I think where it is, shield is fine. But from the sound of it, it sounds like you started playing after they made the shield changes. Saying Coma is honest? No. Not at all. Well, every character has varying degrees of honesty, right? It depends what he's doing specifically. And also it depends on what your definition of honest is, right? Like, if Coma's full screen away from you, Coma's honest, because Coma can't do much. If Coma's right in your face, Coma gets a knockdown and Coma does 2-2C, Coma's the most dishonest goddamn character in the game. Because it's just his game, and you have to, like, do an EX move, you have to shield guess correctly, or you have to, like, grab, right? You have to be, like, varying degrees of honesty. And Coma can go from being one of the most honest to one of the, like, filthiest, most dishonest liars there is. Because for some reason in my head, whenever someone says honest versus, like, is this character honest? Honest is, like, code word for, like, bad. or like, lacking options. That's always what it feels like to me. Or like bland, I guess is another way. It's an honest footsies character, as in they're bland. They don't have like sauce or anything like that. I don't know, honest feels just like a buzz. They're both just sending their nuns to attack at full screen. But I guess, I think Kai can be pretty saucy. I think honest is just like a buzzword at this point. I guess Kai is like the poster boy for honest, at least in like wherever I see him. Whenever I see the word honest, like Kai is the one that's talked about most, right? Because like honest ground-based footsies. It's a COVID conscious game. Yeah, they're, you know, doing your footsies full screen apart. Two bros playing footsies full screen apart. Because what is honesty? Kai is just strike throw, right? He doesn't have like neutral skips. Theoretically? Like I guess is the idea of honesty just like if you get hit, if you get opened up, it's your own fault. Like everything I do is reactable, that kind of thing. Because that's an interesting. How do you define that, right? Because you could say like, oh, you know, Greed Sever and Stun Dipper, but he has like, what is it? Stun Dipper, not Stun Dipper. Is it Stun Dipper? Stun Edge YRC, right? And it's like, do you consider that honest? I would say not really. Oh shit, that's a punish. Ooh. Is he too? He's too low to the ground to get a. There we go. I still have meter for this, so there we go. Yeah, I'll do that. Feels honest when it doesn't work. That's what I. There you go. Honest is just the character is bad, or the character just like. Honesty is when character you like wins. Whoever wins the game is the most honest. That's a that feels like a lie, say. I don't know. I can agree with a lot of weird definitions of honest, but I don't know about that one. I see some characters win games. It's like that is the most dirty, disgusting way you could possibly have won that game. That is like makes me sick. Dun, dun, dun. Woo, got it. Caught the tech, luckily. We're back in it. We're back in it. Like, are you telling me like? I feel like it's not super controversial to say like Milia or like a mix-up character. Like it feels like disingenuous to call any mix-up character an honest character. Like, has there ever been like an honest mix-up character? I feel like in the category of like characters that people call honest, mix-up characters are like the least likely to be called honest in the game, right? Or in like any fighting game thing. It's just honest. You know when you put it like that. Oh, my dash button got mixed up, crossed up. Oh, I think I'm dead. It's a strong Oki situation, just throwing out a projectile. I think it beats, it looked like it beat Moondrive against the other Mario too. People say Millie's honest because she hits twice and dies. Makes no sense. I agree. It doesn't make sense. I think honesty is mostly defined. Okay. This is our thesis. This is our thesis for the day. We're gonna find out how we define honesty. And I think honesty in a fighting game is mostly defined based on their offensive capability. Because whenever anyone says honest, they talk about like the footsies. They talk about like mix-ups. They don't talk about like. They don't talk about like, yeah, like, oh, she dies in 2 hits, she's honest. That doesn't make sense, right? Honest means has fundies. Woo, I'm dead. I agree. They're both nebulous, meaningless terms. So they do kind of intersect in that way. How straightforward the character is. I can see that. That one makes a bit more sense, right? Like what you see is what you get. I think that's a good way of putting like defining honesty. Cause like Kai feels like bullshit sometimes, but like what you see is what you get, right? Ooh, shit, picks up from there? Oh, that's wild. Because, like, Kai's got some bullshit. But, like, you can clear... Like, you clearly got hit by Greed Sever. It's a rainbow overhead. It's not like this is a tricky overhead. It's like... You can't... Sometimes it's hard to react to because mental stack and just, like, not being able to react. But it's clearly telegraphed that that's an overhead, right? Like stun dipper, like that. Clearly, that's a low, right? He's on the ground. It's 6H's plus. Ooh. I mean, is that being dishonest though? It's not crazy plus, I would argue. That's a comb around. That's what a comb around is. It's just like sometimes you just get them in the corner and you just win. It's kind of fucked up. Stun dipper kind of fast, but and I agree, right? This is where the inherent flaw comes in, is that honesty is like completely made up concept. Because like stun edge YRC, again, you can see what's happening, but like, is it actually fair? It depends who you're asking. Hey, anti-air is a lot better than I thought it would be. I wanted to bait it and like go backwards on it. Ooh, can it? Oh. No, it's probably a ground to air thing, so I don't think I can actually. Still, I think it does. Sick. So that's the answer to it, actually. If he does the Nun Oki, Moon Drive, or Moon Skill 2 BC, where he stomps, because then he has armor after the stomp. So it depends on what he's doing, but that kind of wins. That's kind of cool. But Stun Dipper being kind of fast doesn't negate the fact that what you see is what you get, right? Kai 6H is a big move. It being like plus, it's not that plus. It's not like crazy plus from what I remember. So I think that's fine. Like I'm leaning towards it's what you see is what you get, which is why mix-up characters, like it's hard to see usually what they're doing. So that is inherently, you know, that's why they're inherently dishonest. Ooh, that didn't work. Maybe 2BC isn't the answer. Or, I didn't get like flash. I thought it was still in, but I might not have been. Ah! I want to get my EX command grab out. Uh-oh, done. Ooh. Oh, another thing I need to be doing a little more is whenever you do a lot of coma stuff, he has a lot of high committal moon drive skills, or moon skills, and he can make them less committal by doing J236C, his EX like air DP. Oh, there you go. I wanted to tomahawk him. I wanted to empty jump throw him. Oh, he can combo into heat. That's actually kind of fucked up. Oh, I comboed into that. Cool. Oh, nice. I wanted to be cheeky. I wanted to try to like. I was in blood heat. They were well aware I was in blood heat, so they did go down reacting, punishing the shield. And I don't think I had enough time that I could re-up the shield. See, because if you think about honesty, would you consider Mario honest? It's not just an honest to dishonest. It's like a sliding spectrum. And I would lean that he is not, because the nuns appear from off screen sometimes. Right? He has the one nun that follows him, and he has another nun that just appears from off screen. And I think if something like does that, that is inherently a dishonest thing. I would argue also that all puppet characters are dishonest. Which Mario vaguely falls under as well. Because we as humans have two eyes, but we cannot train them to look at two different characters. So you can't look at Mario and the puppet. You can't look at Zato and Eddie. You can't look at Carl and Iris. I think that's her name. So for defining honesty, I think puppet characters lean towards dishonest, but they can have honest qualities in them. Your Shoto, for the most part, is a very honest archetype. Your Zoner? That's a tough one. That kind of depends. Justice? Not honest at all. Justice is very dishonest. Because the projectiles just eat other projectiles. It's very like it's hard to know what's going on outside of the fact that you're dying, like full screen away. Happy Chaos with gun, dishonest. He brought a gun to a knife fight. That's just not cool, right? But like Axel Dalsum? Like people that just have long range normals? Kinda honest, I would argue. Like you can see what's going on there. Well, I smacked my stand. You can like see what's going on there, right? Don't think Deal from Heaven for Heritage for the Future is dishonest. I feel like you're biased. Something tells me you might be biased there. See? But then that gets in the matter of characterization itself, like the personality of the character almost, right? That's making like, we're currently on a sliding scale. We're on like a 2D, like 1D scale of like, we have a line and you find a spot on the line. And you're trying to make this into like a chart, like into like a, you know, a compass or like into like a 3D like smellograph or something. Super scum, you gotta play. Exactly. Which is dishonest. He's honest about being dishonest. I won't deny you that. But inherently he is dishonest. That is another layer. Yeah, there's you know the 2D, we're gonna make like a graphic chart about this, like an XY axis, right? The X axis is dishonest to honest. The Y axis is like dishonest to honest, but about the X axis, dishonest to honest, parentheses gameplay. Y axis, dishonest to honest, parentheses honesty. Right? Like you can be an honest, dishonest character. And you can be a dishonest, honest character, right? Strive's soul at release, dishonest, honest character. Like, I would say Strive's soul at release was an honest character. However, he was dishonestly honest. Because it's kind of fucked up. Dishonest, honest players. That characters and players are different things, I would argue. You could make, if you wanted to, you could make a third axis, right? You could make a 3D, like a smellograph-esque chart, Z-axis, honest to dishonest players, right? Because there are some times where the, like Kai, right? I would say Kai is honest gameplay, honest character, dishonest players, right? Kai players stay downplaying. They call him honest, which I think in and of itself is a red flag. Like there's some dishonesty in there, and in that it comes from the player side. The smellograph. I don't know what else to call it. Whenever I think of that 3D charts, there's an image that I love. It's like the smell cube. And it's I'm pretty sure it's just a nonsensical made up chart. that describes smells in a 3D space, which, you know, that's just goofy. That's just someone made that up. Someone made that like I could do that right now. I could open up Paint. I could open up Photoshop and could just make a smell cube right now. Right? That's just. I assume that's what something. It cannot have any scientific like validity behind it. It's just the ravings of a madman. I really want Captain Boomsaw's character to switch to a green Mario skin. Just so I can have the Mario and Luigi. I'll be honest though, I do like the blue. It looks really nice. Melee player who played a top-tier character without the high-level tech is an honest player converting a dishonest character into honesty. Ooh. Honestly, I feel like that's just a bad player. Like, you're adding a fourth dimensional axis. Like, why would you even, like... That just feels weird. It's just playing inefficiently, yeah. Like, I feel like that's completely... Like, we're talking, like... That's like low tier hero kind of stuff, right? That's like your local hero, that's your folk hero, your town hero kind of stuff, where it's just like yeah, we really love Billy. Billy plays like Soul. He only knows how to do special moves. You know, he's not the best character, but man, we love him. He's a big sport, right? That doesn't make Billy's character like honest or dishonest. That's just Billy being Billy, right? They're taking tournaments though, that's the issue. Ooh. They tech at the same time. They were an actual threat. Ooh. I guess. That's interesting. But wait a minute. Okay, my question then is, because you say wave dashing specifically. To my knowledge, I'm not a Smash player. Wave dashing is a game mechanic, right? Like, I feel like if it's a game mechanic, that's completely out of the realm. This chart does not cover game mechanics. It only covers character mechanics. If wave dashing is like a skill that he didn't use and it's really efficient, then that's calling the validity, that's calling the honesty, dishonesty of the game in question, right? Wave dashing is... I do remember that. I do remember seeing that in my little bits and pieces of like... I don't play Smash, but Smash is like Five Nights at Freddy's to me, where it's a lesser version of Five Nights at Freddy's, because I really love Five Nights at Freddy's, like weird shit. Never played a game. Never played a single game, but it's just like I love watching videos about people talking about Five Nights at Freddy's, and Smash is like a lesser extent of that to me. Like when people talk about like break the targets, or when people are like this I just watched on, because occasionally I'll put YouTube on my TV, right, and I'll just let YouTube recommendations give me something, and there was one about the winningest Smash player, right, because he doesn't go to like big tournaments, he just goes to small tournaments and he just cashes out money all the time, right? He was like a Peach player, I want to say. I feel like someone here might know the thing I'm talking about, but it's like I love looking at like stuff like that, just like weird stuff that's not like consequential to me at all. It's interesting. I don't know. But like, yeah, if it's wave dashing specifically, that's the validity of the game. If it's just generic advanced tech, then I don't know. I think that makes the player honest, but it doesn't change the honesty of the character. Like that's an individual case. That's an outlier. We don't chart those on this course, right? We need to get a bar and whisker plot, a box and whisker plot, to really like see the outliers on this. Can you make a bar in Whisker Plot in 3? I think you can. I think it just looked really ugly though. FNAF kind of go. When's the FNAF fighting game? FNAF is kind of go. I don't know. FNAF's like so bizarre. It's so like interesting to me. It's so, and like the fact that it just keeps going. And now Scott Cawthon's out, right? And now like he just gave it to a studio, and like seeing all the oh, what is it? I literally just was watching videos yesterday on it. What is it? The newest one, the one where they're in the mall, Pizzaplex or whatever. It is nice to enjoy secondhand. I completely agree. Like how it's just like, you know, this is your big like AAA. Really, I guess it's more AA. I feel like it's wrong to call that a AAA game, like just everything considered. But like, this is your big like AA version of FNAF. And it's just like, it's almost, but it's just so not, right? It's just it's an interesting little like piece of just like, this is an IP that one man was basically carrying for the longest time. And now, now he gave it to a studio, and the studio has to, like, you know, there's lore. There's lore everywhere. There's lore in, like... Oh, what? Ah! Okay, we can keep talking about lore. What time is it? 9:30? Okay, we got time. Like, it's so, like... There's a lore in like the games, in like the books, in like so many like weird ass spots. And this man was like, okay, I'm done with my lore. I'll give you a little bit more information, and then it's yours. You can do whatever you want. And then they were just like, that's some good ass lore. Let's bring back that guy you killed. And it's just like, what? It's so just, it's maddening. It's so like just weird and bizarre. It's like a It's like hearing someone describe their D&D campaign to you, right? It's that kind of stuff, where it's just like, it just keeps building and building and building. And if you weren't there at the first session till now, you can't really respect. You don't understand the gravity of like how many things you added on and how many like it branches out. Like it all started from like a really shitty. Like, it's not shitty, actually. The original is, like, a classic. It's honestly, like, kind of neat. Like, it just starts from a very simple idea of you're a night watchman at a pizza place with animatronics, like Chuck E. Cheese's or Showbiz Pizza, and the animatronics come alive at night, right? Animatronics are creepy. They come alive at night, they're gonna kill you. Simple stuff. And the animatronics may or may not have, like, eaten kids or killed some kids or something like that. It's like, that is such a simple premise. And then you add in all this stuff about the purple guy, the phone guy, who was really killing these kids. They stuffed him in the exoskeletons. The exoskeletons aren't like robots. They're actually the souls of the dead children trying to seek revenge on the night guardsmen, because the night guardsmen are in some of the games like trying to like clear evidence of their name, or they're trying to like cover up their killings. But then it's like, not only that, there's also like, there's William Afton and there's his co-conspirator or his business partner, and there's like human souls, and you're like, and he's like he's trying to find like the essence of human souls and put it in robotics, and that's what like the ballerina from like Sister Location is like a real human soul. It's like the soul of his daughter, the coworker's daughter, like put in a human body or something like that. Like it starts with something so simple, and it just goes and branches out and goes off the rails, right? Yeah, the biggest thing was the bite of 87 or 83 or whatever, because I think they changed. There might have been 2 bites. I remember that. Like, it was just all over the place. And like now it's like there's William Afton, aka Springtrap, aka Glitch Trap, who is like who's also Vanny, because I guess William Afton became Springtrap, which is Robot Bunny in a Springlock suit. And then he also uploaded his consciousness, which became Glitch Trap, which is a virtual version of him. And then the real William Afton died and got burnt in the like basement of Fazbear's Pizza Simulator or something. The non like in like the one where you manage a pizzaplex. But like then he comes back in the new game, but like there's also Glitch Trap, who's like the robotic version, and then it goes inside Vanessa, who is like working at some like data collection thing, and then because Glitch Trap is in Vanessa, and she becomes Vanny, who's like another William Afton, like a Tulpa or almost something, and then they're both at the location where Vanny and William Afton. It's just like, where did this come from? Why did this happen? It's so interesting, like dissecting and like seeing like just add a little bit more on, just add a little bit more on, just add a little bit more on. Just like how inane it's a little bit like the frog in a pot of boiling water thing, where if you're like, if you've been invested in the franchise, if you started with like FNAF 1 and you actually like went on like forums and you went like, you were following the lore as it came out, you're just like, yes, no, this makes complete sense to me. But like looking at it like as an outsider, it's just like, what? It's beautiful. It's so, it's judging from the fact that I just rambled on about it for 50 minutes, there's something just mesmerizing about it, right? The FNAF lore stream on Halloween. Ooh, oh, that sounds fun. Oh, we might do that. Hold on. What? Where's give me a calendar. Where's Halloween falling this year? Falls on a Tuesday. I'll have to do it during the day, because that's Arknight's Tuesday. Or we do it during Arknight. You worked last Halloween. Yeah. I mean, depends. If you had like plans on the Halloween, that kind of stinks, right? But like if you didn't have plans, then you're not home, and so you don't have to worry about like answering the kids. So your mileage may vary. But based on the sad emoji, I'm sorry that you had to work last Halloween instead of going out trick-or-treating. I know you love your candy, Joe. I know you like to get your little like plastic pumpkin, and you like to dress up as Mario. That's your favorite character. You always dress up as Mario, and you go house to house ringing on doorbells, and you say trick-or-treat in your best Italian accent. Big candy fan. Big candy fan. Oh yeah, you're such a big candy fan? Name your 5 favorite flavors. Name your 5 favorite candies. Milky Way, cookies and cream bar, Starburst, Smarties? No, take that back. Not Smarties. Fuck Smarties. Hershey's. Honestly, I kind of like normal Hershey's. You put it in the fridge, and it's just like cold. It's a cold chocolate treat that just can't be beat. Oh shit. There's one more. It's not a no, this isn't a Halloween candy, so I'm not gonna say this one. Kit Kat. There we go. That's my 5. Three Musketeers. Ooh, Three Musketeers is pretty good. I didn't trust Three Musketeers for the longest time, because I didn't know what nougat was. But in college, I learned that Three Musketeers is just a Milky Way without caramel. And it's just like, wow. I've been a fool my entire life. This is actually incredible. It's so light and amazing. Buy a Three Musketeers today. Wink. I can't do nuts and candy personally. I don't have like a nut allergy, but it's just like, I don't think I can do nuts and candy. I think it's just a texture mismatch, a flavor mismatch. I just don't think it's like, I don't know. I just can't do it. I don't trust it. I don't believe in nuts and candy. Used to pretend to be a gorilla statue and scared children. What? Like just outside your porch? Were you one of the ones like you would do you put a bowl that says take one, and then the kids would go up and they'd take it, and then you would be like, "Hur!" Like I was real all along. That's evil. That's diabolical. That's a very diabolical thing to do. Should we re-up this, I wonder? Might just be a dead Monday. Joe! Oh, Joe! You made a girl cry. That's always the saddest part. I don't know 100% how I was when I was a kid. Nowadays that I'm an old man and I've played a lot of like horror games, I love Halloween, just like conceptually. I was the girl. Oh, static. I feel so bad. Cause like nowadays I'm immune to everything, but like seeing like children afraid during Halloween is always so heartbreaking to me. I think it's cause like I think my sister used to have like a fear of Halloween. Like that was a big thing. I don't know if she still does or not, but like just the idea that just being afraid of that night because things are gonna jump out and scare you, and just like, oh my god, speaking of things jumping out and scaring me. Like, it's just so like it feels bad, right? It's like I was gonna say secondhand cringe, but that's not the correct term. I think the term is just like sympathy or empathy for like I'm having fun this night, but I see that the things that are making me have fun and the things that I find humorous are like actually scaring you and making you cry. It makes you feel bad, right? It hurts. It makes your kokoro go doki doki. I'm so sorry that I just said that. Let's go, cat. I love this character. You saying that made your heart go, aww. I find that you're not scared from horror games anymore. A little bit. Which I think is both a blessing and a curse, right? Because then I can look at horror games more subjectively, and I think it's really interesting. Like I did a lot of my like biggest time on the internet was like Amnesia, The Dark Descent. Like, do you guys ever have like, you ever guys think about like your decision tree that led you to where you are in life today? Because I occasionally think about that. Like there was a weird like chain of things that happened that I can like trace that can get me to why I am here today, more or less. And Amnesia is like one of the pins in it. And because of that, and because of just how much I spent with like Amnesia and like with modding Amnesia and just like horror games in general around the same time, like yeah, like a lot of like traditional horror stuff in like at least games doesn't really like terrify me, but I don't think that impacts my enjoyment of it as like a medium. I wish media scared me. Yeah, I feel like sometimes you can miss out on. Because it's an emotion, just like any other. And it's just like, you want media to make you feel emotions. Like, getting scared is like one of the most visceral reactions you can have. And just like, not being afraid of something is like, you lose an emotion, you lose some resonance in yourself. And it kind of sucks, yeah. But that's why, like, when something is good and actually does scare you, you gotta cherish that. This fucking cat. Oh yeah, it has the red arc thing. What's it talking about though? But yeah, like media doesn't like. Games don't really. I'm trying to think like the last time I was like actually afraid of a game. I think actually it was. I was playing Outer Wilds, and I think that was honestly the last time I was afraid of a game. And I think the thing that makes scary games like scary is unknown. Like it's a mixture of feeling helpless and not knowing what's gonna happen, right? And Outer Wilds, specifically the Echoes of the Eye DLC, I think was perfect at doing that. Which is weird, because Outer Wilds itself is not a scary game. It's essentially like a... I could have gotten a cool combo. But just the way that the Echoes of the Eye DLC progresses, and you're uncovering mysteries, and there's like no one to talk to during the majority of the DLC. And at some point you go into a dark other realm. Spoilers for Echoes of the Eye DLC for Outer Wilds. Go play Outer Wilds. Fantastic. Lovely game. 10 out of 10. I went back and I did a few more achievements. Because I want to 100% it, but I think that one might take me a bit longer to actually go back and do. But I did the stuff where like you land the toy shuttle on like the Adelloc. Like all like cute little stuff. I went back and did that recently. But like it's the reason that it works, that Echoes of the Eye actually scared me, is a mixture of the setting. It's all like, you know, dark, because that's important, because darkness means that you can't see what's going on. And the game gives you a lantern that you can use to see with, right? And the lantern is the only like tool you have. Like, a lot of games that give you, like, guns or weapons almost immediately take me out of being afraid. Because like, what makes me afraid is, like, the idea of, you know, helplessness or hopelessness or, like, powerlessness. Powerlessness, that's the word. So, like, Dead Space Remake, fantastic game. I never really got, like, afraid when I was playing it, I think. I'd have to, like, think about it a little bit harder. But, like, all the time you have a gun, so nothing's, like, gonna be, like, out of your control. At the end of the day, you're gonna be able to shoot stuff. Great game. Fantastic game. Like, don't get me wrong. I absolutely love it. And it, like, from a, like, storytelling perspective as well. Like, the way that twists and turns go about. But, like, at the end of the day, you have a weapon that you can use, so it's not like fear in your heart a lot of time. That's why remake scared me a lot. Yeah, it's not. That's the thing. It's not creeping horror. But there is like a good amount of. They're multiplying. Oh no. I wanna see them play each other. Oh no, there we go. I never know which one's passing, which one's doing the one thing. Alien Isolation. That's one that I'd be interested in playing. Because I've never played that. I've seen a little bit of gameplay footage here and there, but like. That's like, it's the same thing where you're powerless against the looming threat. Oh, look at how adorable they are. How can I pet? Hold on. No, how do you can pet the cat in No, sorry. How can Koma pet the cat? Hold on. Imagine I'm petting the cat right now. Yeah, look at that. Okay. Done. Oh! 10-minute montage, you're getting spooked in Alien Isolation. The middle ground of Alien Isolation. You think it's middle ground because it has guns, but they're powerless against certain enemies. Honestly, I would agree with that. Not having played it, but having that description from Silverina right now, where it's like, because it gives you that feeling of powerlessness, right? Because it's not just about having guns or having weapons. It's that, like, in a lot of games, having weapons makes you, you know, it gives you power. So having it not work against the main scary enemy is, like, yeah, that's perfect. That gives you a feeling of powerlessness. All you can use the flamethrower to temporarily scare the xenomorph off. Yeah! Ooh. I think that's still effective, right? Because it's still, you're still worried about, like, it's stalking you through, like, the vents and everything like that. I think that's fine. I think that still works. Amnesia the Bunker. Ah! I want Amnesia the Bunker so bad. I want to see them play. I want to see these cats play. Please play each other, cats. I need to see this. It's 50-50. Oh! The fake out. The pool shark over here. The cat shark over here. Alien's middle ground of just keeping things at bay was a good compromise. Okay, yeah. You have a pistol, but ammo is incredibly limited, so you have to use it right. Yeah, Amnesia the Bunker. I'm so excited for that. I need good Amnesia, good frictional games, horror content. Penumbra, incredible. Amnesia, great, right? Amnesia is weird to me because Penumbra is a more interesting setting, and Soma is legitimately like my favorite horror game of all time. Like, so Amnesia, it's also weird because Amnesia is the first game I played, right? Of their catalog. So like it's weird and it gets distorted from that. But Amnesia like spawned Let's Plays, right? So Amnesia is the reason that any of us are here today, effectively. If you think about it. Like Amnesia made PewDiePie. That's so weird to think about. I remember looking at PewDiePie like playing Amnesia custom stories. Like things that like myself and others like I know like we made those, and like he was just a dude playing them, and like got like people would watch it and he would get scared and he would react and like Stefano, Mr. Chair, barrels, right? And it's just like motherfucker is has a beautiful family over in Japan now or something like that. Biggest YouTuber ever. It's so just wild to think about. Like, so Amnesia is like such a weird like spot for me. But, like Penumbra, Amnesia, Soma, all just like 10 out of 10 experiences in their own right. And like there was also Amnesia Justine, which was made by Frictional Games. By the traditional like people in Frictional Games, and that was great. It was a lot smaller. If you died, you had to restart the entire thing, but that was fantastic. But then like Amnesia has a lot of weird things, right? There's a Machine for Pigs, which is Amnesia, but it's not made by Frictional Games. It's made by the Chinese Room, who are famous for they did actually have it. I've never played it because it used to never work on my PC. The Dear Esther, right? And I think a Machine for Pigs is fun, right? It's not really an Amnesia game, but it's a really good like walking sim-esque. I don't know. It's really like it's fine. I think is the best way to put it. Like I played it once and I was like, that was an alright experience. And then like there's the new Amnesia that came out where it's like a sequel, prequel, I don't know. I was told apparently that Frictional Games actually didn't do any of that. That was like B-team stuff, or that was like a different studio doing that. Presumably because the main studio was working on The Bunker. And so like I never touched, I never even looked at what is it called? Amnesia What even is it? I don't know. I don't even know. The one that like just came out with like the orb, and I was like, oh, so excited for it. But then like it just fell by its wayside because I don't think they were like doing as much. Like I see so much more Amnesia the Bunker stuff than I think I ever did seeing like the other Amnesia Rebirth. Yeah. Yeah, like I legitimately don't remember its name, and I don't remember seeing that much like stuff when it was coming out outside of just like this is Amnesia. You remember Amnesia, but like the Bunker seems like unique and seems like they're doing new stuff, and it's so like it's so good. And it's like I like the idea of Frictional like taking Amnesia and just turning into like a not omnibus. What's the term? Anthology game series, right? Because the original Amnesia is about Daniel. Amnesia Justine, oh, that's about Justine. That's kind of obvious. The Machine for Pigs, also not about the main guys. Not decent game, decent-ish story, completely fine, right? All of them are about people having amnesia. Amnesia Rebirth, I think, was like aping off of the original Amnesia, which I think is kind of that in and of itself kind of made it a little bit lamer to me. But like now the like idea that like Amnesia the Bunker, again, another new story. It looks like it's in World War I-esque, which is like that's cool. That's not something you see a whole lot. That's a fun little period of time with like this really shitty like pistol. Like oh, I'm so excited. And I'm really interested in seeing what exactly the gameplay is still, because I'm not. Is it a roguelike? Because the way that it's sold vaguely makes me think it's a roguelike, which is the weirdest thing ever. But it could also just be like maybe it is a full-length game, but it's just like different. They said it is a roguelike. Yeah, that's like, what does that mean? A horror roguelike? It's just like what? Don't even remember the husband. There's a husband in Rebirth? Did you actually play Rebirth, Static? I just couldn't, like, I was relying on other people to, like, tell me if it was good, and no one ever told me it was good, which was just like a, that's unfortunate kind of sign. Yes, sadly. I don't remember that. I guess it was like I might have just memory holed it all then, because I feel like I would have heard you playing it. I think it was just, yeah, it was just so like not good that we just didn't hear anything about it. Like I feel like we would have talked about it, and I think the consensus is like I guess I just memory hold it. What's up, Torn Boy? Howdy. Welcome. We're playing well, we're not playing right now. We're watching these two fight it out. Sunnybus was playing Neko Arc, but they switched to Saber. So we're missing out on our cat fight, but these two are playing and while they're doing it, we're talking about amnesia and we're talking about horror and scary stuff, I guess. Wanted to uninstall Rebirth, and I went through all that shit to make tank artillery? Fired it, and then just fell through the earth? What? And gotcha moments. Oh, is that one of the gotcha moments? Like, it's like building up to a big, like, it's like subverting your expectations kind of thing. Right, where it's like, oh, because, like, yeah, that's... Like, that in and of itself, telling me that you, like, go through all this stuff to make tank artillery, fire it, and you fall through the earth. If that alone... If that, like, subverts your expectations and it, like, fucks you up, I think that's fine. But from the way that you describe that there, it sounds like there's a lot of other instances of them doing similar stuff. And in that case, that's really unfortunate, right? Because, like, yes, being able to, like, fire off a giant artillery piece, that's fantastic. I'd love to have that happen in a game. And so if it just fails, it's like, oh, that kind of sucks. But if it, like, if there are, like, yeah, 10 other instances of it, like, being like, oh, it didn't work out like you planned, like, yeah, there's like a limit to like how there's a limit to how much bullshit a player can take, right? It's that heckin' Neko Arc? Yeah, it is. We got 1.5 Neko Arcs on screen right now. Numerous times, Cassie would be like, "Oh, I see the light over there. I'm so close," and just fall through the floor, get knocked out. Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, that's not. Got excited for Otherworld train to reach the portal, and he was like, "So I'm gonna just turn right in front of it and go somewhere else." That does sound like a pain. Like I get undercutting moments. Like things not going the way that your protagonist or your player expects creates hardship, right? Oh my god! Got him with the raw last arc. Oh, beautiful. Manufacture conflict. Too much pulling the rug out from me. A little bit of it's fine. Like, you need a little bit of it. Like in Soma, for instance, right? Like, in Soma, there are instances where, like, you're doing something. Like, what is it? The sub, right? I think that's a really decent one, honestly. Like you go to Theta. I don't know the names. You go to like Theta, and it's like, we're gonna get a sub, and we're gonna go down to the bottom of the ocean. We're gonna go to Omega, and we're gonna launch the space gun. But then you go to Theta, you get the sub already, and then surprise, the sub was mingled with the WoW, and because of that, now the sub has like personality. And the sub goes crazy, and it just flies through, and now it's like, I guess that just happened. And so you have to take another way through. That's fine, because it doesn't happen that often in Man, they stay jumping. The voice acting on the sub. Like, it happened. The thing with the sub is it's so weird. It happened, like, so fast when I was first playing. I didn't even, like, understand what was going on. But, like, going back and, like, watching other people play it, I was like, oh my god, that's what happened? That's so, like... It's honestly extremely, like, cool. Like, it fits in with, like, the theming of Soma, too. Just, like, even this can become, oh, shit. There you go. Like, you need a little bit of manufactured content. You need a little bit of things not going your way, and so you have to be like, oh, we have to find a different way to do this. So with the sub, whenever the sub dies in Soma, you have to, like, go and, like, you have to go and, like, find your way back through Theta, and you have to, like, take a manual path back. That's fine, right? But, like, moments like, oh, you're gonna fire a giant piece of artillery, or, oh, you're about to, like, go, there's a light, and then it's, like, taken out from under you. Yeah, like, too much of that, like... I was talking with a friend about it in relation to fighting games, right? Like, every person in a fighting game has a limit to their patience, right? You're on defense, and it's like, how long am I gonna be on defense before I try to do something stupid and, like, try to get out of the situation, right? That's like you have an internal timer for patience. And I think it's similar with, like, manufactured conflict, or like expectation subverting, like, stuff like that, where it's like everyone has an internal consistency for that, and it sounds like they just, like, weren't aware that for a lot of people it's fairly low. This game's guts is so nuts. There's no guts in this game at all, actually. This game is just raw. Characters have different, like, actual different health values. Coma has the highest at, like, 12,000? And I think Neko has the lowest at, like, 950? I don't know. No, 9,500. No, I was gonna say, I don't think that's, like... I'll say, there's no guts in this game. There's some weird stuff with it's like OTG, right? You don't believe that? Okay. What about? Or wait. Oh, that's not guts. You're talking about combo scaling. Yeah, that's a different word. Which there is a fair amount of like combo scaling in the game, yeah. Like guts is specifically like when you're low on health, you take less damage. But you're thinking about combo scaling, which is like the longer the combo goes on, the less damage it does. Which makes it so like a really long combo won't do that much damage, right? That's the idea. Ooh, that didn't reach. Ooh, wake up throw. Watch this. Because was dealing more damage at lower health. No. That is not at all. It's the exact opposite of that. It's you take less damage at lower health. Dealing more damage at lower health is usually a comeback mechanic. In Guilty Gear Xrd and I think it might just be in Xrd. I don't know if it's in the other ones. There's something called Hellfire State, where the like lower your health is. It's specifically at one instance. Like when your health gets below this point, you go into Hellfire State and you do more damage. I think it's mostly just with supers. I don't think it's with everything. I'm trying to think if any game has a universal mechanic where you do more damage at lower health. It definitely exists. I just don't know if it's on any games that I play. Survival. No! I input my DP too early. Yeah, talking about honest players and dishonest players, I'm a dishonest player, I would say. Specifically for what I wanted to do right there. I do it so often where it's like, in this game, you can like, you know, run and you can like move before the super flash, or before the round starts. And whenever it gets into an instance where we're both running at each other, I always try to just DP during that round start running at each other interaction, which that's a very sleazeball-y thing to do. Also, I play Coma, so I mean, that inherently makes me kind of dishonest. But I'm honestly dishonest. So if we had a fourth axis on that, there's honest, dishonest gameplay, honest, dishonest character, honest, dishonest player, honest, dishonest player's honesty. Got the cat back. I love the goofy cat. Da, da, da. Done, done. Woo! Ooh! Honest is when you have a fireball, a dragon punch, and an advancing special. Agreed. I said that and I completely, like, I'm not gonna back off on that. Like, Shotos are an inherently honest character type. It's the players that are dishonest. Kai is an honest character. Kai does not have honest players. That was so dishonest of me. Just doing 3C 3 times in a row. Yeah, that's kind of an asshole. 3C, baby. Look at this disjoint. All the fire, none of the hurt box. Jumped out of my... You would have jumped out of your chair and you got hit by 3C. It's an anti-air. Also, it might be more confusing. When Seta was talking about hits doing no damage, like, whenever I'm doing that, that's OTG. Hey! I'm bullying! I'm not... I'm so sorry! I feel like such a bully! Oh, no. I feel like the tire on that Neko arc right now. That was really mean of me. You know, sometimes you just wake up and you're just like, you know what? Today I'm going to wake up to throw on their wake up 3 times in a row. Bro. Woo. All the esports normal. Love this cat. Ah! Called in the goons. Oh shit, there was another one over there still. Esports normal? Dun, 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 dun. Uh-oh. Oh, that one's unblockable. Oh, that's a short range, though. Ooh, good jump. That's I cannot be convinced anything else. It has to be esports, right? That's what I was told way at the beginning, is that they were like, she has an esports normal, and that's what, in my heart of hearts, I cannot believe that she's saying anything else. I don't know what she would even be saying. Game with the best of them. Gamer cat, gamer cat. That's it. There you go. Whoever wants to make a meme, real quick, get a photo of Neko Arc and just put gamer cat, top text, bottom text. Guaranteed 1 like from me. Yeah, I was gonna say, there's no guts in this game. Because if there were guts, that wouldn't have killed. But there are definitely, there's combo scaling, all that kind of. Woo! Dun dun dun. Ooh, good jump. Ooh, good. A punish. Dun 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 dun.
Jan jan jan.
Jan jan jan.
望みは叶わんぞ。
Open your magic circle. Fight.
Dun 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 dun. Got the esports knockdown. Oh! Woo! Oh, good. Dun 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 dun. She said beyond? Beyond though. I don't think this kills. It does like no damage actually.
いい投資だ。たぎるものがある。
After this, if no one else is in here, I want to do one as Dante. I haven't played Dante in like forever in this game. Okay. Let me think. Okay. Good. They block. I want to see. Like, normally when I play, I try to think what the opponent can do or what I can do in certain situations. It's hard to know against Network because Network is, for all intents and purposes, a joke character in the first place. But like, just I want to. I know that Neko Arc did like some Neko Arc in Evo Japan did apparently surprisingly well. And I think at some point I need to go and look at that VOD just so I can, like, in a situation like this, just be like, how can the Neko Arc, like, what do they gotta do, right? Inherently dishonest. Agreed. Cannot be trusted. Do not leave this character alone. They'll pull pranks, they'll be devious, diabolical. She does a little trolling, like it's despicable. Hold on. How do I select characters? Oh no, are they leaving? Oh no, they might be leaving. Hold on. Oh, there we go. been a while since I played Dante. I want to do like one game of Dante, and then I think I might wrap up for the night. We did some good stuff. I want to get more games against. They have dialogue with each other because they came like near the same time. Oh, how do I do this? Oh, okay, I remember now. It's UTKB back quarter circle B. Hold on. It's after you TK it. Then you do. You jump cancel, charge JC, 5C, 5C, 4C, laser. Okay. There it is. There she goes. Like, I guess what is the general like idea of Neko arc? Like as a character, is it keep away or is it rush down? Like just at the basis level. I guess she has the red arc onion ring, like fireball, but she's like a weird like summon character. Like can you classify this creature as anything? There we go. That's what combo is. V. Yeah, never trust a VTuber. They're all like weirdos that play like fighting games and. I do like the VTuber super or whatever it is. It's a summon essentially. That's the worst kind of VTuber. I would never you guys should never like watch or be associated with gacha VTubers. Unrelated, you guys don't forget Arc Nights tomorrow. 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Silver Ash is my homie. Oh shit, that's Dante! Oh, hey, what's up, Dante? I looked out of the corner of my eye. I wasn't looking at names, I was just looking at colors. I thought you were someone else. I saw the green name on my. I don't know. It looks different on the stream sometimes, but in my little client, I saw it was green. I was just like, oh, okay. Hold on. I think I killed. What's VFGC, by the way? VFGC is exactly what it sounds like, Seg. virtual fighting game community. So it's like it's essentially like, I guess, the VTuber equivalent of the FGC. I just know I've seen the tag before, so I use it. Oh. Oh no! Communication error has occurred with your opponent. Ending match from returning room. No! That's... Wait, what the fuck? I thought they just left. I guess there was just a straight up error. They reset the clock then. I'll say yeah. After this set, I'm probably gonna wrap up. Ooh. Dun, dun, dun. Woo! Nice. Shield. Dun, 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 dun. That doesn't kill, does it? No. Ooh, good use of the. I'm missing my round start DPs. Dun, dun. Yeah, going back though, if you're playing as Neko Arc, Haiti, could you stop the music? If you're playing as Neko Arc, how do you, like, knowing what I know without looking at the Evo Japan VOD, right? How would I think you win? And then after this, I can go look at the Evo Japan VOD and I can see what they did and see how wrong or right I am. I would think it depends on, like, because she kind of plays like Faust, I guess? I don't know, just because she has items, I think Faust, like, a bit of keep away, a bit of, like, dropping item, dropping other Nekos on you. I think that counts? Yeah. The defense is good. They're blocking a lot of the basic level stuff. I guess it's a mixture of then also, like, knowing your combos and getting the knockdown. Because I feel like there hasn't been, like, they've hit me, they've gotten into, like, situations where they can combo, but they don't get the hard knockdown. Is, I guess, another small thing. Like, they don't go just for, like, the air throw Ender Oki. Which, weakest Oki, typically, around the cast, but it is still, like, Oki. It is still, you just get a knockdown. You can, like, run a weakest game possible, right? dun, 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 dun. Maybe that's good for neck arc. I don't know, because I guess you can like make it a weird like tech chase situation almost. Da, 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 da. Ooh! Dun, 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 dun. What do I have in my arsenal? I have that. I have, what's this? Oh, right, that one. Do I have a down? I don't have a down 2B. I don't have a 2BC. I have a 3BC. Is that it? And then I think I have a 6BC, right? I have that thing? Okay. Dun, dun. What's the funniest thing Dante can do? I don't know, Dante's kind of honest. Dun, dun, dun. Like, what you see is what you get with Dante. He's got, like... He's basically a Shoto. He's got a DP, he's got, what was it? DP, forward advancing special, and, Fireball? I mean, yeah, he's got all three of those. It's like a laser more than a fireball, technically, but yeah. He's not like cool Shoto. He's like the like younger brother Shoto, the one that like mom says I need to have my tournament with the controller. Thank you. Farewell. That was good though. We had our good matches. What was my goal? When I started the stream, I talked about a goal, right? I think I talked about that last week with Exerd. Is that I don't think last week with Exerd, I didn't go in with a goal. I was just like, I'm gonna play Exerd. Today I came with a goal in mind. At the end it kind of fell by the wayside because it was funny Neko arc. But like, what was my goal? My goal today was being more aware of Moon and also being more aware of the knockdown situation where you can just do nothing. I don't know as much about the Moon situation, but the knockdown situation into nothing, I think I was able to do that enough times that I feel fairly confident, and I can see the power behind it. To reiterate, what that is as Coma. It's Coma when you're in the corner. You're in the corner. You get a knockdown. And the opponent wants to like force release. There we go. So you do this. You do this. This OTGs. And they do that. And you're just here. Right? If they force release, that's fine. Because what can happen is... and you get a punish, right? Perfect. If instead they want to, like, do a DP out, a non-EX DP out, see, I blocked it, or even if I don't, like, because I'm armored, either way I can get a free punish there. And also if they want to, I don't know if that worked. Let me look at this. That one's a bit trickier, but like when you're in this situation, they want to tech forward. There we go. I think it's better with 5A because 5A is so big. I shouldn't be using 2A because 2A might whiff if they're not fully on the ground yet. Ooh. It's also tricky because, like, I think it's timing dependent on when they... But yeah, you can see you can get a punish there too. So I think that's the main thing that I did it a fair amount against... I think it was against the CL that I was playing. I think a little bit against the Mario too. CL or Noel, one of those two. But I use that to some extent, and I think this is something that is really important to Koma's gameplay, my gameplay in general, and I'm happy I did. So we'll call that mission accomplished, right? Outside of that, we also talked about horror games. We talked about if you were able to watch one piece of media 60 times in a row. I think overall we did some good stuff today. Have anything else? We got Arknights tomorrow. It's light week this week. Arknights tomorrow, and then on Thursday, we're doing an evening stream. We're doing the puzzle game. We're doing Superliminal, which hopefully I will be able to beat in one sitting. Where it's the puzzle game that I saw like gifs of forever because it's all about changing your perspective on things to make things big or small. So it's gonna be fun. That game good? Oh hell yeah. It's got the SEG seal of approval. So it ranks among the greats of Outer Wild and Crypt. So I believe in this game. The SEG seal of approval has not led me wrong with those two. But outside that, I don't got anything else. Nothing. I won't even like be able to like pretend that's like, oh, maybe I do a gorilla on like Wednesday or Saturday this week. No, I'm busy both those, so I think that's good. And then it's not on the schedule, but we're going back to Nier next week. What? Which one are you whatting? The SEG seal of approval? Crypt is a 10 out of 10 game. You cannot prove me otherwise. Crypt was an experience that I'm glad we got the chance to experience. I'm excited for Halloween for 2 reasons now. We'll do the Five Nights at Freddy's deep dive, and also the entire month of Halloween, going back to playing shitty horror games. That's what I'm so excited for. How do I get out of here? Get me out of here. Enough of that though. Yeah, I know nothing else. I got nothing else. So with that, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope to catch you next time. Peace out, everyone. Thank you, Static.